welcome to the Football Bets for You podcast, episode 40 of season 3, the season finale. Lads, it's a pleasure. This week I'm joined by Paddy.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Water.
How's it going, everybody?
I made a balls of the start there a second ago, lads. So this is what a way to end the season.
Maybe the last one ever.
Yeah, after that calamity, it could be the last one you'll ever see. Lads, we're going to have a short enough episode this week. We're just going to be talking about the final for obviously the Euros there. So we have our champions. It's Italia, Forza Italia. So Italy have obviously been crowned champions. It didn't come home. It went to Rome. So we have that. We're going to be talking a bit about that. We're going to be talking about the absolute fucking madness that went on outside the stadium. Also, we're going to have a few questions. So a couple of people have sent in a few questions, so we're going to be going through them as well. Lads, there's one or two other things I'm just going to say, kind of a few thank yous and stuff like that at the end of the podcast, just to anyone that's been involved in this year's podcast or this season's podcast.
Is it going to get totes emotional?
It's going to get emotional.
I thought you was welling up a little bit there already.
I might cry a little bit. We're also going to have a look at a couple of our highlights from one or two of our highlights from the season. So, lads, we're going to just talk about the match. So, I got me predictions spot on for a 1-1. I said in 90 minutes. I said it's going to be a game of chess in extra time. I said there's not going to be any goals, and then I said that Italy would win on penalties. Now I did say that Sterling was going to miss a penalty, but look, it wasn't Sterling. It was one of the other wingers. So
I didn't know what you're going to say there.
So did I.
It was one of the wingers. So look, I was happy with me score prediction in that one. Lads, what did we make of the final? Paddy, do you think we had a deserving winner overall?
I think if you look at the last episode, and we all said Italy were going to win it.
Yeah.
I think to be on a run, 33 games in a row, it was going to be very, very hard for England, even though they were at home themselves. I said before the tournament started that I thought they were just a little bit inexperienced and young, this English side.
Yeah.
And to come up against an Italian side who are just, they control games. They know how to win tournaments. They know how to win these big, big games. And I think England just bottled it in the second half. First half, they were playing well. But so I think definitely deserved winners. For the experienced players that Italy have in the squad, the centre-back pairing they have are legendary. They were brilliant through the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And for the players they have, what Mancini done for the squad. Like if you look at them, there's no actual world beaters, like in terms of the team. It's just a really, really solid
like
team.
There's no one there that you would consider for like Ballon d'Or or anything like that.
No, absolutely not. Like many of them are in like top clubs.
Yeah.
There isn't many. So congratulations to the Azzurri, and it's a pizza paella. It's brilliant.
as they say in France. What did you make? You happy overall with the winners? We didn't really get your score picks on it last week, so we weren't too sure. Did you expect Italy to win it, or were you thinking kind of England were going to maybe? You maybe like we probably all believed the media hype with it that it was coming home. Like, you see it so often, it gets rammed down your throat. You do start believing it. Like, did you fall into that, or did you think that Italy were always going to kind of come out on top?
I guess with the hype, I was kind of like they actually have a chance, and I guess in a final, it's the kick of a ball will decide the game. But like Paddy's right, Italy deserved it from the start of the tournament. They went out, they played Turkey off the park in the first game, 3-0, and everyone turned their head to look at Italy because no one had mentioned them before.
Exactly.
And your man Chiesa up front, like he had a brilliant tournament. Cellini, Bonucci, Jorginho had a great tournament. Yeah. Like even your man Berardi, what was it, Lombardelli? Is that how you say it?
I'm not going
to Lombardi. That's who it was.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try it.
And Bartella, like all these players coming on and off, and they all had great tournaments.
Yeah.
As no world-class beaters. I think England could have won the game in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They got their tactics right.
They really quieted them down when they scored that first goal, didn't they? Like the game went kind of dull for Italy. Like, but then they kind of they found their way a little bit. Then, like, I
think England stopped. I honestly thought they got their goal, and I don't know why, because Harry Kane was dropping in. Bonucci and Chiellini did not know whether to go with him or to stick. They were really afraid of the pace on the wings.
Yeah.
Harry Kane was playing balls out to the wing backs, and they were having so much space. I don't know why they didn't stop like that. Italy looked overrun in the first 20 minutes, and I literally thought after they got the goal, if they get another here, the game is over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a spanking. Like I did think when they scored straight away, I thought it was gonna be 3-4-0 to England. Like I thought they were gonna just keep going, especially with the fans and stuff there. Like with the fans kind of.
And there was no reaction to the goal against them.
There wasn't
no reaction at all.
Yeah, it was like there was nothing like that.
If anyone was going to get a goal after, it was going to be Italy.
Italy, yeah, because they start controlling the game then. Lads, we talked about Italy kind of with their game management and stuff like that, and like they're rolling along the ground and they're getting in the ref's face and putting a bit of pressure on. It's been absolutely slated by the English media, but one of the players of the tournament was Chiellini grabbing Saka down the sideline. And I know that's a professional foul, and like everyone's calling for a red card there.
Jorginho should have had a red card.
Jorginho 100% should have had a red card. Yeah, that was definitely a red card.
I thought that was a bit harsh as a red card. That was not a red card.
Jorginho's?
Against Grealish?
I don't know.
His was on the ball.
I don't know. But what was he trying to do? Burst the ball? Like, because he was like stamped on the ball with his feet. Like, I think he
was right Kane off the Haaland territory there.
But like I'm talking about that Chiellini, like it's just world class defending. Like, and it's like they've criticised the so much, saying it's cheating, blah blah blah. Like they forgot the fucking Sterling dive for the penalty. Do you know what I mean? They forget all this other stuff. But like I just think that was probably one of the players from it. Like that was a really serious trek on forward there with Saka breaking down the wing because they were struggling at the back. Like so that's why I think it was just one of the players of the tournament. Like, and
take a yellow all day long for that.
100%. Like that is 100% like one of the smartest fouls you'd ever make. Like professional foul there. That's unbelievable. Like
I thought the ref didn't get. I think the media hype around England actually had a negative effect on them because the ref didn't give the simple fouls to Kane or Sterling.
Yeah.
I think he had done his research on what they were like.
Yeah.
And he really didn't give them any leeway in terms of the
played
fouls.
A lot on, didn't he? Yeah. He kind of let the game flow, which was good. Like, and he didn't really feed into the pressure, I would say, from the fans. Like, I have to admit, lads, overall as a tournament, what did we think about? Like, I have to admit, it's probably been one of my favorite tournaments that we've had, and I don't know whether it's just because we hadn't got fans for so long, and now all of a sudden we had fans, we had atmospheres, and it was brilliant to see. Like, how did you enjoy the tournament? I know international football can be quite shit, and we kind of zone out when it's in mid-season, but like I have to admit, like I thought they done an excellent job on it. Like, and I think it ran smoothly. I don't think there was any issues with VAR. I think they done the VAR pretty well as well during the tournament, which I'm a big fucking critic of. I don't really like it. Paddy, what did you think? Like on your enjoyment?
That's how you do VAR. That is how you do VAR.
Yeah.
It's very little stops in the games. Yeah. It was really good. The game kept flowing. The group stages didn't really interest me. It was only when I got to the knockout stages then I kind of zoned in. It was a good tournament. There were a lot of surprises. Like in the last 8 teams, there was a lot of like the bigger teams gone at that stage. Like France were out early enough, Portugal were out early enough.
England.
So you kind of didn't know who were going to win it. Like we all thought Spain were a spent force, but they still went fairly far in it. Only knocked out by the eventual winners.
Yeah.
England, as much as everybody said, they'll do well. I myself didn't expect to see them get into the final. They were great up until the final, but I just think it was one game too much for them. They had a great tournament stuff, all in all.
Yeah.
So it was a good tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. What about yourself? Or is this one you enjoyed, or were you kind of getting fed up of the games? Like?
No, I wasn't getting fed up. I really enjoyed every night having a football game to watch in the evening. I think that was one of the key things, I guess, right now when you're kind of struggling for things to do.
Yeah.
And I think I had a bit of everything. Like I know Christian Eriksen, it kind of has a happy ending to the story.
Yeah.
But it kind of rallied the nation, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
And he kind of had that good story of a team kind of playing for one of their teammates, playing for the nation and going far and doing well.
Yeah, and they really done well, in fairness to them. Like,
yeah, it reminded me of the days of like Yondal Thomason when they used to play well with him up front.
Yeah.
And then England did well. A lot of hype around them, a lot of criticism around them, especially. I enjoyed that at the start of it.
Yeah.
And then it was nice to see teams like Italy, who hadn't been at a major tournament in a while, just come and just destroy it.
Yeah, it was
really a great tournament.
Yeah, it was brilliant to see. Lads, look, obviously we've talked about the tournament itself, but we do have to kind of cover, I suppose, the incidents that happened out at Wembley on the day. Look, it was great to see, like, so this is what I was this was my thought process on it. So we turned on Sky. We obviously all had Sky Sports News on from like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we see 60, 70, 80,000 people out in the streets, like celebrating as if they've already won it. Now, look, they are out there. It's an occasion. Like, people have been trapped in for the guts of 18 months. To me, it looked like they were celebrating as if they'd won it. Possibly not the case. I just thought that, like, what happened, like, people barging through and breaking down barriers to get into the stadium, I just think it just lets themselves down, and they just have a habit of doing it. Like, it's just like let's be honest, like 99% of the fans are brilliant, great fans, but it's just that small little majority that just constantly kind of let the nation down every time, and they just have bad reputations. And I don't think we've ever had a tournament with England where we haven't had 15 videos on the WhatsApp group of fights and like uproar. I just, like, Paddy, what did you make of, like, what you saying? I know, like, we talk about the one where they're all kind of pushing through the barrier, and I put it up on the Instagram page because I thought it was a serious incident where, like, look, we've had incidents before over the years where, like, people have been squashed, like,
crush incidents. Yeah,
exactly. And like that, to me, although it was a small, it probably would have been quick enough to kind of clear out and stuff, but to me, that's just looks like a disaster there, where they're all just kind of forcing each other, and it's like nobody has control of anything. Like, it's all just getting pushed along. Like,
it doesn't surprise me at all. Like, people, I heard some people saying on social media and stuff that, you know, it's a generational thing, you know, it's the youth of today and all, but it's not. Like, the English fans, not all of them, you know, because I'm not going to paint them out to one bush, but they're renowned for being thugs. Like, you know, all the ultras over there that go out and they go to games like just to meet up and fight in gangs and stuff. You know what I mean? They just want to go out and cause trouble. Like, they're scum, and they'll always be around, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What you're starting to see more now, what's new, is I suppose the racism online towards the players, and that's when you've got to kind of, you step back and see, like, you know, something has to be done. We've talked about the whole social media thing before, but in terms of, I suppose, people at the grounds, what do they do? How do they stop it? You know, they're
outnumbered, severely outnumbered there.
Like, we've seen it at the tournament, we've seen it at Old Trafford, just coming towards the end of the season with the protests. You know, you're always going to have the few that are going to, you know, make it look bad. Like, look, there was, say, 50,000 England fans there. There was probably 1% of them that were causing trouble. You know, so we have to put this in the context.
It's always the smallest crowd that shout the loudest. Like, that's what I think anyway. It's always
and give them all a bad name.
Yeah, that's the problem, where a lot of the 99% that we're saying are great fans and great English fans, like, are just kind of standing by, and like, it's not their job to get involved, but like they really outnumber the small group. But what do you do? Like, I did see a couple of fans kind of trying to stop the people that were breaking into the stadium and kind of trying to trip them up and catch them for the security. But like what do you like? What are
the same? The same way they're talking about they want people to use identification to join social media accounts.
Yeah.
These people should straight away a lifetime ban from football, from going to matches. And for people to buy tickets for matches, you need to register with identification. In this day and age, it's easily done.
Easy.
And then just don't let them go to football matches anymore. Let the crime, or let the punishment fit the crime.
Yeah.
You know, I don't just mean ban them from football, because that doesn't just fit the crime, you know, but heavy fines, jail time. I don't know what it will, but like that. There has to be like strong deterrence there, or else it'll never stop.
Yeah. What did you think? Because I know you've seen a couple of the videos as well. What did you make of what was going on? Sorry, one thing I want to ask you about is I put it up again on the Instagram story because I thought it was absolutely fucking shocking. And again, like we have to keep going back and saying it is the small minority with one fucking probably drunk idiot. Martin Tyler is doing a interview with the guy from Sky Sports, and he's sitting there talking to him, and someone launches a bottle at his head. And I'm talking about literally a foot away from hitting him in the back of the head or on the side of the head. Yeah. That had water in it, and look, maybe it wasn't water, but it had a liquid in it. Like if that hits, that's a fucking missile that's after hitting a 75-year-old man. Like Martin Tyler of all people, one of the legends of the game. Like what are you seeing that? I don't know. You've probably seen it on
the page.
What did you make of like something like that? Like is that just complete fucking idiocy? Like or idiocy, or what do you think? Like
I don't even know how you can actually put it into words.
Yeah, we have a new member of the FootballBets4u. Let's have a look at this. I don't know how.
This is Nova. Supernova.
Oh, that's a deadly name.
Class. We're in the process of getting our FootballBets4u t-shirt made up.
Oh yes, no, hope it's not the same. Hope it's not from the same place I'm waiting on mine.
Sorry, Walter. Go ahead.
No, Grant. Like it's very hard to put it into words. The one word that comes to me when I think about that small fraction of the English fans is just arrogance.
Yeah,
and it's an arrogance that is stereotypical, or it gets like all England fans get brandished as this arrogant group because it's the videos you see of them fighting beers. Like we see in the videos stuff we're not even can talk about with flares and whatnot. What the people are doing.
Yeah.
What they were doing.
No. We could talk about it. Some lad shoved a flare up his arse and was getting beer poured on him. Apparently he got a ticket for that. Upside down, yeah. So apparently he got a ticket. So they were offering him to do stuff like that, and he got a ticket for the match. So he said he doesn't regret it. He came out and said he doesn't regret doing one single thing for it.
Oh my god.
But like that's and then you see what they did in Leicester Square, like just fucking like you seen the rubbish all over the place.
Yeah.
Like Leicester Square was destroyed.
Yeah.
And it's just arrogance. I don't know what it is with them, like percentage of England fans, but all I can brandish them is just arrogant, and they think they run the show regarding this. And it not only affects the other fans because they're brandished with this, it affects the football team and affects them culturally 100%, as a football.
100%. Like this whole thing of like if the manager was asked about that, he'd be saying, "Oh well, the players aren't paying attention to that. They're inside and they're concentrating on the game." That is horseshit. They are well aware of what's going on around.
They're getting the WhatsApp just like we do.
Exactly, they're well aware of it. They're like, and you see them on the phone. Like it's not like they don't have their phone. We know they have their phone in there because we see them. See the celebrations after they pick up the phone and they're on it as quick as we are. So they know 100% what's going on outside that stadium and stuff like that. And this is what I think one of the main things where like England fall down is, like we say they put so much hype on the team. Like the whole thing of being out celebrating 4 hours before a match, and like fair enough, it's an occasion, I'll allow that. But like the likes of these fights, these breaking into the stadiums, like this then starts turning their mind off the game, like, and it just like that's where I think they'll lapse in concentration, is that type of thing going on. Like, so I think you're 100% right in that kind of shit that goes on outside. Like they know what's happening. Like,
but even with the other teams playing against them, like you heard Bonucci coming out, like screaming into the camera again, like it's coming to Rome. Yeah. Like for a player to do that, he obviously has to be pissed off about everything they've heard.
Yeah, like he'll be hyped up, and that will work against them again. Like you were saying there, it's like they're gonna hype the other team up for like saying, "Right, lads, we really fucking need to get this now." Like
it's actually playing against them, this whole "it's coming home" thing. Because it gives the teams that are against them like more reason to beat them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you don't need a team talk.
No,
if you're playing against them as a manager, you don't need a team talk. Just look at these pompous fuckers. They believe they've won already. Go out and beat them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You turn on Sky Sports before the game, you leave it on, and you just see the shite that is literally on it.
Lads, Gareth Southgate, what do you think in terms of him going forward? Do you think he should be given another kind of major tournament? It's not far away. It's only 18 months away. Do you think he should be given another tournament and take them into the World Cup? Or do you think maybe it's time for someone else?
Yeah, I think he should. Absolutely. Like he's got into the first final in 55 years or something like that, you know? Yeah, and like he's built a good team. And there's no there's no animosity between the players. They seem to be like, for the first time I've ever seen an England squad that are mates, together, as opposed to the golden generation supposedly that they hated each other through their club football. There's none of that now. Like if you look at the four across the back, it's 2 Man City players and 2 Man United players, and they play so well together. Like they did a great tournament. No, I think he's done a great job, and I think once he finishes the World Cup, then he'll probably go into club management. And that's when the real test will happen then,
Yeah. War, what do you think? Do you think take him into the next tournament, or think maybe someone else come in?
Do you think, I'll ask this to both of you, do you think with the players he has the tactical ability to win a World Cup?
Yeah.
What I do like about him is that he's not afraid to make a decision. The whole thing where he whipped fucking Grealish off after putting him on, that was purely tactical. So like in terms of like making tactical decisions, I think he can make them decisions. Yeah, I think.
Look, the only thing that went against him,
that's from a positive position.
Yeah,
think about it. I think against Italy he was shown again. Now obviously Mancini is at a different level, but he was shown his lack of ability to, when it's going against him, to make a positive tactical change.
Yeah,
when things
it's
are going
fine margins though. Like he brought on Rashford and Sancho to take them penalties. They scored them 2 penalties. England win, and he's a tactical genius.
Yeah. Here, lads, here's one for you, right? I give you a quick one about penalties. So I heard, I don't know, I can't remember what team it was or what manager it was, but the manager of the team used to pick the 5 players that took the penalties, right? So that was what Southgate done. But he also picked the corner they'd shoot in. So he took the complete responsibility away from them, wouldn't let them change their mind. So say we go, right, Paddy, you're shooting top left, you're taking first, you're shooting top left, right? You have to go top left. Do not change your mind. That's where you're going. Or you're going bottom right. There's no changing it. Like that, literally the manager takes it into his own, takes full responsibility for it, takes the whole pressure off the player. That player has one job now, and it's to put it in that corner that he's told to put it in. No guessing, no mind games with the keeper. He gets it wrong, and the keeper saves it, he saves it. Do you think that's a good idea, or?
No, if you have experienced players in the squad.
Really?
Yeah. Like, do you tell Harry Kane where to put the ball? Does Gareth Southgate tell Harry Kane how to take a penalty? No, come on,
I just think it's a good way of taking
good
pressure
for the young players. Maybe that's why you had all the younger players taking the penalties.
Yeah, I just thought it was a great concept. I thought now.
Can I put another idea to you? I heard this on the radio.
Right.
Because the way extra time can be a bit boring, like teams play for penalties.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you do the penalties either before the game or at half time with a select few players. And the result of the penalties, if it goes past extra time, that's the result. So going into the 30 minutes, that if you hold on, you win or you're losing. So it changes the mentality of extra time. What do you think?
Like I get what's trying to be done there, but I just don't think. Like I think penalties is the final. Like I think penalties has to be the final straw. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't think you can take the penalties and then go out and play after that. I don't know. I just think the penalties.
It's interesting, definitely very interesting.
I just think
never thought of it before.
I just think the penalties has to be the final.
Yeah.
The final
I thought it was an interesting turn on it. The way just to make extra time a bit more interesting.
Lads, what about scrapping extra time altogether? Like no winner in 90 minutes, you go to penalties. Like in them type of tournaments, surely that would be possibly something to consider. Like,
say it again.
Like no extra time, just straight after 90 minutes, straight to penalties.
Oh no, you have to have extra time. Sure, the penalties is a horrible way to finish a game. I mean,
but like you risk another 30 minutes of football, and like if you think about the amount of games you're playing in that time, I know you have a squad and all, but like it's gonna take its toll on the players. Like I just think get rid of extra time completely and maybe just go straight to penalties.
I don't know. I think you'd have too many teams then, just holding on for the penalties after the match, like if they're the underdogs.
Yeah,
And you'd be just getting a lot of shit matches.
I just think it might make it a bit more interesting. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Remember the golden goal?
Golden goal was that, yeah. I don't know why they got rid of that. Like, I thought that was a fucking brilliant concept. Like, where like
go on for 3 hours.
Yeah, it was either very cagey, like, or else like fucking.
But what was it? It was like it was golden goal in extra time, but it still went to penalties after 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It was still 30 minutes extra time. If whoever scored the first goal would win and go.
But what was the thing there? It was actually just make them play until they score.
Jeez, you're like us an Astro. Fucking hell, you're going about like force the tree when you're finished your hour and you can't fucking score a goal for about fucking 20 minutes. Like, it's ridiculous. Just for anyone again, sorry, just going to throw this in for anybody that is watching. We do have a fancy football code up here. Don't know if you can see it. Your screen might be too small, but it's G5WCKJ. Make sure you get yourselves into that. It is free to play, and there will be a couple of prizes at the end of it. So, yeah, and you can get all your mates and stuff into it as well. Don't even have to ask. Just do it. Lads, we'll move on from the match because I think we've covered that enough. I'm going to officially, up the top right hand corner, officially remove the Euro logo. So we're now off. We're off the Euro logo and we're back on to no logo.
So can I just, I suppose, sticking with the internationals just for 1 minute?
Oh, it's back.
No, not for the Euros. Not for the Euros. Obviously, the Copa America.
Oh yeah.
The Copa America, and and Argentina winning it. Yeah. How do we see? Like, do we have any early predictions for the World Cup?
I don't think that's much to go off. Look, it's a different tournament.
But I mean, in general, have you any, like, given the result there and the result in Europe, like, would Italy and Argentina be two of the favourites, do you think?
I suppose you'd have to fucking consider them now, wouldn't you? Like, I do think Argentina are going to go far. I would say probably semi-final maybe for them. Italy, again, probably looking at semi-finalists as well. Like, at least I think less than that.
It's Qatar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Qatar. So that's, lads, we were talking about it last week, but War, it's been held from November to December. What?
Must be an acoustic guitar if they're playing inside it.
Oh, that's what we're here for, to entertain you. Yeah, so it's been held from November to December. I don't know how they're going to squeeze it into the football season, but I don't fucking know. We were saying that we can't even see the tournament itself going ahead. Like, I don't know.
You'd wonder how that would affect the South American teams, though.
As in just playing in that type of temperature, or?
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess it's a different kind of climate as such. I know they're all professional and they'll acclimatize and stuff like that, but I can imagine it's a sharp contrast. Well, it's going to be a sharp contrast for everyone, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the 30. Was it 30? 34 and a half or something like that was the average temperature around that time, or 32 and a half or something like that, which is mad when you think about it. Like, they're gonna have to be doing water breaks and that as well. So
I can't wait for the World Cup to be in the USA. Isn't it going to be in the USA and Mexico and Canada?
That's right. Yeah, the following one, 2022, 26, is it? Yeah, that'll be a good one. I'll actually probably, to be honest with you, I'll actually probably try to get over and fucking go to some of the games over there. Now, that's if Ireland get in it, which I don't think we will. Lads, we're going to move on. So, like I said, we're going to keep this one under the hour. So, we're going to move on. So, we've just been sent in a couple of questions. Just 2 questions that we're going to look at. Just kind of silly little questions. So, we're going to move into the... Incredible.
Welcome to Hogwarts.
So we have the question section, lads, right? So we've been sent in this question from Benko. If you had to complete a bank heist, what footballer would you want to do it with and why? War, I'll throw it to you first. Who would you be robbing a bank with? Now, you're gonna have to take into consideration the getaway. You're going to have to consider everything. You're going to have to consider, like, quickness to get into the bank, stealthiness, aggression towards the teller, the bank teller. You're going to have to think of it all here. So who would you be going in there with?
The first person that comes to mind is Mario Balotelli. Because if he walked up to me, I'd be shit scared. I think he's a lunatic, but I also think he'd definitely be a bit of crack with people in there as well. Like he'd definitely crack a few jokes or do something fucking ridiculous.
Pull up the short boy, always me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Paddy, what would you reckon? Who would you be robbing a bank with?
Gordon Banks.
Gordon Banks, would you? Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably somebody slow. So when like we're running away, they'd catch them first.
You'd take the money, would you? Give them
because I'm very slow with myself, so I'd need somebody that's even slower than me. So I remember a paraplegic footballer or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe fucking Father Jack. Did you ever see him the over 90s or the over 80s? Lads, do you know who I'd go with?
You're gonna say John Terry?
No. See, I've refrained from picking Chelsea players. Sorry, no, I'm picking a former Chelsea player, Diego Costa. I think we went in with Diego Costa. He wouldn't take any shit. If someone was to come up to him, he'd just box him in the face. I'd say he'd be quick at getting away, and if anyone was to try grab him, he'd just throw a few elbows and start headbutting and stuff like that. So, Diego
as soon as you said that, I actually pictured him dressed as the Hamburglar.
Easily imaginable.
He looks exactly like him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Diego Costa for that one. Lads, we'll move on to the next one. Next one is from Philly 189993, whatever it is. Favorite pundits and commentators. Paddy, come to you. You have to pick two. Who are you going with?
This is fairly easy for me now. I'd probably go for Roy Keane and Gary Neville.
Ooh,
Roy Keane.
Okay.
Roy Keane is just fucking brilliant. Brilliant. I seen a video on TikTok earlier on where all his best bits from when he's doing the punditry, and especially when he's doing it on ITV with Ian Wright. He's just like Ian Wright is just in stitches laughing at him. Like he's just so serious. He's so good. I'll send it to you later on. Maybe you could share it on the stories.
Yeah.
Good TikTok, stick it up. Yeah. And then Gary Neville, I think, although sometimes his views can be a bit overboard, and he gets up on his high horse sometimes, I think he's the one pundit you can take the most serious that I've ever come across in terms of the most people that listen to him and respect what he has to say, especially when it came around all this stuff about the Super League and stuff like that last season. I think he was only short of getting a statue in England for the way he stood up against the clubs. So I think that'd be my two one anyway.
Nice
good
one.
question.
It's good one. Water.
I guess growing up with the World Cup in 2002 and the gags that Après Match used to have, and just the controversy around Eamon Dunphy, Ray Houghton, and Liam Brady as a trio in their prime was just comical. And I think for that reason alone is why they were my favourite. Was there anyone else? Chris Kamara in his prime as well. Man, he just hasn't got a clue what's going on. He's just saying what comes into his head. They're the joyful moments. Yeah, they're definitely my favourite.
Deadly. I'm like, I have to agree with both. I do think fucking Roy Keane is just, he's comedy gold. I don't know if you've seen the little Sky Bet videos that were coming out every week for the road to Wembley, and there was like about 5 or 6 different videos, and it was Roy Keane in the car with like Micah Richards. I have to admit, the two of them bounce off each other brilliantly. Like they're very good to watch. Like, but I think Roy Keane himself is just, he's pure fucking comedy. Like, he's so fucking funny. I have to give an honourable mention to Damien Duff, who I thought really pulled up his fucking socks in the punditry and absolutely slated some of the players, which was fucking great to see. Like, I think he was brilliant, but like you were saying, Eamon Dunphy in his fucking prime, like, is absolute. That is gold. Like, I would love to see.
No.
It's a joke. It's a joke, Bill. It's a joke. I'd love to see Roy Keane and Eamon Dunphy together on the punditry panel. I think that would be fucking comical, and maybe just throw in a little Micah Richards in between them, just for just for fucking just for the crack.
Just here, Collie, there's a comment saying from Alan Donovan, what's the best quotes? And I think my favourite quote was when Eamon Dunphy was slagging someone from the FBI about how he went off with some bird instead of his wife on holiday. Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
and I don't know who was leading it. He was like, you can't be saying that, Bill.
Yeah. There's Bill, I think, was like, I know you can't be saying that, Eamon. You can't be saying that. Like, fucking comical, like. But I think like when you come to like quotes and stuff like that pundits have said, like I think with Roy Keane, like it's the comical one, isn't it? Like, that's his job. That's his job. You know what I mean? That's absolutely comical. Yeah. Like, makes it world class. It doesn't give him any credit. He just goes, that's his job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely scandalous being able to say
we
that.
don't give the milkman praise for delivering the milk, do we?
Yeah. It's absolutely comical. In terms of like fucking Eamon Dunphy, man, there's so much. Like, it's just he's so fucking. Do you ever see the one where he's cursing and they're like, you're lot. He's like, we're live, Eamon. It's like Bill saying, well, we're live. He's like, we're not, are we? And he's like, we are, yeah. And he's like, it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. It's fucking deadly. It is so fucking funny. But yeah, that was a good one there. And then Damien Duff said, hope it doesn't go to extra time. I have to meet my dad for a pint. So yeah, that's why I like Duff. I think he's fucking brilliant. Like,
I can't believe we never mentioned Michael Owen.
Oh fuck!
Not for favour, but for the stupid things he says.
Shit is so hard.
Oh my god!
No, you don't score. You don't win many games without scoring. Like
you
don't win fucking any games without scoring. Fucking comical. Like, right, lads, we're gonna move off that. We don't really have much else, lads. The only other thing that we have is just, I'm going to just say it again with the fantasy football. Make sure that everybody has joined the fantasy football. G5WCKJ is our code. Again, get everybody that you know. If you're in WhatsApp groups, send it in. If you are sending them into it, try get them to follow the Instagram page at least, just so they can kind of, or else follow us on the YouTube page. Make sure if you are watching this, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube page anyway. I will be putting out from next season, which is only going to be 3 or 4 weeks away. I'm going to be putting out a 10-minute fantasy football video anyway. Just stuff I'm going to talk about. It's just going to be a little edited video. It's not going to be live or anything like that. So I'm just going to do up little videos and kind of talk through teams, who I think is going to be a good player to bring in, who's going to be getting taken out and stuff like that. So I think that might be interesting. We'll see how that kind of goes. But yeah, just make sure you get all your mates and stuff into the league. I'm contemplating probably giving away like an Xbox or a PS5 or something for the winner. I might just scrap that and just do cash because I put
Xbox 360.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't say which Xbox. Yeah, Nintendo Wii. So look, that's that. Lads, it's been a fucking great season. I think Paddy, it's been a pleasure having you on board this season. Anyway, it's great being a great addition to the podcast.
It's been great crack now. Looking forward to next season.
Yeah, water as usual, fucking always there. So fair play to you. Lads, very again, welcome. There is a few people I do want to thank just in terms of in terms of what we've done this season. So I want to just thank like a couple of the kind of people that support us along the way and the likes of anyone that's given us something to run a competition with or anything like that. So I'm going to rack off a few names. I'll probably forget someone, but I know G-Farm were one of the first people that kind of gave us a good prize. So I'm going to go G-Farm. Geo of Ireland, who we talked to quite a bit on the Instagram page. Dave from Geo of Ireland, he's a sound lad. They do all the muscle band treatment, stuff like that with the tablets great for kind of if you're doing any running or anything like that. They sent me and Paddy out some
hydration tablets now, just
hydration tablets. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. I wouldn't know what you were. You know, I didn't know what you were. So all the hydration tablets and muscle bands, stuff like that. So, like I said, they are a local business as well. If you do need any of that shit, get on to Geo of Ireland. Lads, who else? Mystique jerseys, I suppose we give them a shout out. They gave us a jersey to give away. That was a good little giveaway that we done with them. D-Pro massage guns. Actually didn't fucking put them in the Instagram post, forgot about them. They gave us one of the massage guns giveaway, which was deadly. Who else we got? Oh, MCC Customs, who done up our t-shirts. Paddy's still raging he didn't get his one. But yeah, the FootballBets4u podcast t-shirts, which are quality. So delighted with that. So I'll kind of always be wearing this. 212 Design Studio, who done us up this fucking thing in the back there. What I still have your Bruno one over there on the floor.
Yeah.
You can see it there. See it like right there.
Oh yeah, in the corner.
In the corner where it should be, but not visible in this room. So yeah, I just want to thank them as well.
Nobody puts Bruno in the corner.
Lads, I do want to a massive thanks to obviously Robbie Keane as well. Robbie Keane literally only followed the page there last week, so he's seeing all of our content that we're putting up now. So it's good to kind of see that he's acknowledging what we're doing, and hopefully we can get him on some stage maybe next season. If he has the time, we'll love to get him on. But what I think we're going to do, lads, just for now, is we're going to have a look back at one of the fucking highlights of this season. And I think probably one of the highlights of the podcast that we're ever going to get. So I'm just going to play this video out. We can talk over it if we want, but I'm just going to let everybody that's watching enjoy this price. We have had to kind of bleep out a few curse words on it, so be prepared for a few bleeps. But yeah, so this is when we pranked Lawler. Yeah, this is when we pranked Lawler with the fake Robbie Keane interview. So lads, enjoy. In someone who has done absolutely ridiculous things for this country.
Act surprised. So you'd be
the best striker.
He's the only one that was being
the best striker that we've probably ever produced. Sorry, I can turn it down a bit. So just for context here, everybody knew about this. So me, Paddy, and Melon all knew about it. Paddy was, I would told Paddy to pretend he didn't know, just so Lawler wouldn't take it so bad. So everyone knew. So just listen.
I'm going to make a confession here. I actually thought you were serious, but I couldn't make it on the podcast. No, I had no idea it was a ruse until this video came out.
Oh, no.
That's classic. Right, sorry, I'm not pausing it there. Hold on 1 second, because I just want to get them.
Look at the head of Lawler in that.
I just want the moment when he appears on the screen, and lads, look at the three of our faces when he appears on the screen, and just the reaction. I think it's brilliant. Like, so we'll play it on.
Your dream move to Liverpool. You played 19 games for Liverpool. 19 games for Liverpool.
Look at that absolute heartbreak. Look at this. You can see when his heart breaks there. Like.
It's still as good. I forgot how badly good the mask was.
The mask is so bad that it makes it very funny. And when I was on the radio talking about it, they were saying like, look how bad the mask was. I was like, that was the thing that made it so funny. It was just it was like the worst like production you could ever do with a mask, like, but it was just worked. It was just such a piss take that like when it came up, it was just so funny. It made it even funnier. Like, so we have kind of the reaction, and then we get the response from Robbie Keane as well. So
oh my god.
Oh lads, this has been the longest day of my life trying to do this.
It was the fact that Collie was then asking me, because
then we have the next week's episode then.
Claudine had put it on Twitter and all.
Sorry, I didn't even cover all that.
Collie was then trying to encourage me to write to Robbie as if he was my mate, you know what I mean? I was Claudine and the kids, ask him to do stuff. I was like, I'm not that type of guy who's going to go and he was like, oh yeah, just I'm glad young Robert loved the Claudine. Oh great.
Yeah. So Robbie Keane,
I have a text message from Graham saying Robbie just replied to me. What do I say?
Yeah. So Robbie Keane shared it on his Instagram. Claudine shared it on Twitter, and she actually shared it a couple of times. But I just think it was brilliant. But as you were saying there, like I was trying to get you to fucking. Don't know what Lawler does that waves at the camera. The type of guy that'll fucking go. I just want to show you this. Watch when I say to Lawler and I talk to him, he waves at the camera. You see him doing that? Like what?
No, so he acknowledges.
What's he doing? Lawler. So Robbie Keane shared it on his Instagram. Claudine shared it on Twitter, and she actually shared it a couple of times. But here we go. Watch. I just think it was brilliant. But as you were saying there, like I was trying to get you to text Robbie, and obviously you're not the type of guy that'll fucking go and like text fucking Robbie Keane back. Yeah. So you're obviously saying to the wrong person. You're not the type of guy that does it, but I am.
Hi lads, it's Robbie here. Just want to say well done.
His face there, the dropping of the face there is comical. Like.
The kipper. Graham, remember, revenge is sweet. Congratulations on the podcast, lads, and I look forward to coming on soon. and I'll definitely answer Graham's questions then. All the best. Take care.
It was Chris in a mask all along.
Yeah, class. What a moment for the podcast. I thought it was brilliant. Like it's one of them things where I just don't know we'll ever get a funnier moment than that. I just thought it just worked out brilliantly. Like
it was great.
So good.
And I was only watching there the other day.
Actually, I can't do the podcast next April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah, just in case. But it's so funny. I just thought the top was brilliant. Lads, again, another highlight for me was obviously I had my 30th birthday and done the podcast on the night of my 30th birthday. So that was kind of a memorable one. Yeah. So I'll never forget that as well. But yeah, lads, it's been a savage fucking season that I've been fucking really enjoying it. Obviously doing it the last fucking 2 or 3 years now. Well, maybe 3 or 4 years. And this is definitely 100%. I love where we're going with it. I think it's fucking. We have fucking big things, I think, to come with this. I think we're going.
The only way is up, huh?
Exactly, yeah. So a massive thanks to the two of you lads for obviously being here and kind of coming on this season. I really appreciate it. A big, massive shout out obviously to Chris, Connor, Mellon, Lawler, and then just everybody that's watching. I know there's a lot of people that kind of religiously kind of fucking tune in and watch. So,
and thank you, Collie.
Yeah, no worries, lads.
Big thank you to Collie for doing all the groundwork, the background work, all of that.
It's a pleasure. So look, lads, I think
good old Paddy as well. That usually pipes in the comments, giving everyone a bit of stick,
giving everyone fucking shit. Lads, so look, I think we'll end it at that. I think this has been a nice little episode to end it off. Like I said, we are going to break season, but it's only going to be a 2 or 3 week break. Looking at the dates, I think our first league match, Premier League match, is going to be the 13th. So we could probably return. We'll make a decision amongst ourselves, but either the 12th, which is the day before, or else we can return on the 5th. So they're the 2 Thursdays, lads. We'll have a little discussion. I'm not sure. Like nobody has committed to next season. We will kind of have a little chat about it. We have our own little WhatsApp group. We'll have a chat about next season. See who wants to commit. See who's not able to commit. We may have a little chat about our time slot that we do it in. Does Thursday suit everybody? Is there a better time we can get? Are we more kind of, I suppose, viewable at a later time? Maybe when people are finished, we could be potentially hitting a training kind of time where most people that would watch a football podcast could be training. Is it better that we run it at maybe a little bit later at night, or is it with all these things
after the watershed? Like, it can be a bit X-rated.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be.
You
have the red room there ready to go. So lads, look, I think there's a lot kind of to look forward to in next season. So lads, so we're gonna end the podcast there. We fucking finally got one under an hour, lads. It's been fucking unbelievable. We've got one under an hour, 48 minutes. So
and just to finish off the end of the season, my first full season in the podcast will be when United win the league.
Paddy will, and it's not going to be next season, so Paddy might disappear halfway through next season. Actually, there is one other thing I actually did want to shout out. Paddy, you are starting another podcast yourself, the podcast. So if anybody is following us on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever you're watching us, make sure you go on to Paddy. I suppose you can tell us where you are at the moment, because you know.
I suppose it'll be Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. Did I say Facebook? All the above. All Spotify. But maybe you could tag it in the post or something. Tag me this. So at the podcast man is usually is the one that the handle for Instagram and Facebook, and then the podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, cool. So I'll put up a couple of posts on the Instagram story and stuff like that, so people are.
It won't be a football podcast.
It won't be a football podcast. It's going to be more shy talk. Is that what you want?
I save all my shy talk for this podcast. I save all my football for this podcast. So the kind of general interests, just kind of. I won't bore us. Go on, finish up the podcast. We'll talk about it another time.
All right, okay. Well, look, we'll know where to find it anyway. I'm going to be putting it up on the Instagram page anyway, so people will be able to follow it on that. So, right, lads, we're going to call it a day there. I usually say at this stage we'll be back at the same time next week, but we won't be. So it's going to be a 2 or 3 week break. So, Paddy, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, and everyone for listening.
And Water.
Cheerio. Always enjoy it.
Right. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great season. We will talk to you in a couple of weeks' time. So thanks, everybody, and good luck.
Sayonara.